And here we are, Taxco de Alarcón, in the northern part of the state of Guerrero, just 2.5 hours from Mexico City. Welcome to Taxco, Magic Town. Its cobbled streets and its colorful and narrow alleys immediately stand out. The colonial architecture is impressive. No matter where you turn, throughout this magic town there are streets and passages that rather assimilate a gigantic maze. And of course, from almost any point in the town, you can see the towers of the temple of Santa Prisca. And this is the Airbnb. It's very comfortable. And it's only a couple of blocks away from the Verde Square. And best of all, just check this impressive view. From here you can see most of Taxco. It is an impressive view, and also the space is super comfortable to rest and enjoy everything that can be enjoyed up here. The immediate destination is the Zócalo, Verde Square. The breathtaking church of Santa Prisca, with its impressive architecture, is what really stands out the most here. The kiosk, including its gardens and surroundings, are absolutely magnificent. But as you know, there are also priorities in life. We must go in search of the ever so iconic green pozole from Guerrero. If there is a place where you can find it, it's right here. In addition to other traditional dishes of the region, Guerrero's gastronomy is extremely varied and delicious. After that fabulous breakfast, adventure calls. Time to go in search of the famous cable car. It is a must to visit this attraction here in Taxco. And of course, on the way we see all kinds of things that can be seen and done in Taxco. And what do you know? You're not going to believe this. Around these days, the cable car closes earlier than usual. They close at 7 p.m. Oh well, we didn't make it for today. Now we go back to the town center, on foot, but never missing the impressive spectacle. Look at this amazing sky. There is always an open door where another one closes. Let's look at it on the bright side, because there is still a lot to enjoy. Let's see what Taxco is like at night. I am absolutely fascinated by this type of colonial architecture of some magic towns, But Taxco has something special that really gets me, and it is its maze-like design. It is so easy to get lost in Taxco. Among its streets, alleys, and you know what? That is exactly what I'm going to do. I think there is no better place than this to get lost. If not by accident, intentionally, but get lost here in Taxco. And as one of Taxco's traditions, right behind the former convent of San Bernardino de Siena, the monuments to the Encruzado, Anima, and Penitent of Taxco, a celebration that takes place in this magic town during Easter. By the way, when you come to Taxco, make sure you visit this site and stare into the eyes of these characters, and then tell me about your experience. As expected, Taxco at night is great. Even at this time, its streets are walkable and there are endless places to see and enjoy. The beauty of the illuminated bell towers and the kiosk is unsurpassed. And there you have it, the monumental Christ of Taxco. In a few moments, we will go up there and you'll see the astounding view from that point. But before we go up, let's fly. In Nahuatl, Taxco is Tlachtlico or Tlachco. Tlachtli, ball game, co, place, so ball game place. Taxco played a very important role in the history of Mexico. In 1821, in the convent of San Bernardino de Siena, the Plan de Iguala, or the Three Guarantees, was drawn up by Agustín de Iturbide, which later, on February 24th of that year, signed with Vicente Guerrero in the nearby city of Iguala, thus giving the independence of Mexico. On March 19, 1990, the National Institute of Anthropology and History named the area of historical monuments of Taxco as the nation's heritage. Due to its architectural beauty, it is considered by the Ministry of Tourism as Ciudad Luz, City of Light. It was given the title of Magic Town in 2002, thus becoming the third town to receive this nomination due to the quality of the silver crafts, the colonial constructions, and the surrounding landscape. Due to the fact that many of the buildings of Taxco are of viceregal style and date from the Golden Age. Taxco also belongs to the Triángulo del Sol tourist area of the state, along with Ixtapas y Guatanejo and Acapulco. Known as the silver capital of the world, the abundant mining that has been carried out in this place, especially to obtain silver, consolidated Taxco as one of the most important mining centers of New Spain, being this the second oldest mining center in the continent after the Real de Minas Zacualpan. Its traditional silver work is recognized worldwide. During the 3 centuries of Spanish domination in Mexico, silver production reached very significant levels. The abundant profits that were recorded during this period made Taxco one of the most important mining centers in New Spain and in the world. The city of Taxco sits on a site that was formerly known as Tetelcingo, and it was one of the main towns of the 7 tributary provinces designed by the Mexica Empire in what is currently territory of the state of Guerrero. Its governor, according to the Mendocino Codex, paid tribute to such empire with honey, gourds, incense, military vestiges, and carved tilmas. In 1528, once the Spanish conquest was consummated, a mining camp was established in the town of Tetelcingo, which centuries later became the current town of Taxco. By 1570, this population, together with Cantarranas and Tenango, formed the Real de Minas de Taxco. In the mid-18th century, the Aragonese mining businessman and investor José de la Borda arrived in the region attracted by its mining wealth and exploited the Pedregal, El Coyote, San Ignacio, and Cerro Perdido mines. In 1751, he ordered the construction of the Santa Prisca temple, which was completed in 1758, and it is said that its construction lasted only 7.5 years. Impressive feat given the monumental task it represented. Its design is in the Churrigueresque style, but the quantity and quality of the detail is something that you have to see to believe. In addition to its 9 altarpieces covered with gold and the chapel decorated with Talavera tile. Upon seeing the completion of his great work, the Aragonese pronounced the words, "If God gives to Borda, Borda gives to God." On November 28, 1815, once the Mexican War of Independence began, the insurgent José María Morelos gave orders to Hermenegildo Galeana to take the Plaza de Taxco. On April 24, 1911, the Mexican Revolution already proclaimed, and about a month before the end of the Porfiriato, the Plaza de Taxco was taken by the revolutionaries Jesús Morán and Margarito Giles. From this place and just about anywhere in Taxco, the view is spectacular. I mean, spectacular. It is inspiring to see so much beauty with your own eyes. We are not talking about a postcard or a retouched photo. This is beauty at its best. This is Taxco. Well, now we are heading back to the cable car. Yesterday we weren't able to make it, but today is a brand new day, full of new opportunities, and today is the day. I will not leave Taxco without having first experienced the much acclaimed cable car, and then obviously enjoying the view and all the visual delight that Taxco offers. If you don't get to where you want to get the first time, keep trying. You have nothing to lose. Something I have to mention is that in Taxco you have to be very careful when walking on the streets, as there are almost no sidewalks. So be careful with the oncoming traffic. And here we go, finally here. Just take a look at this. The view is unmatched, especially from this point. And although it makes me a little nervous to be so high and I get sweaty hands, nothing can take away the satisfaction of enjoying all this. On the other side, we go to a small viewpoint. As expected, extremely impressive. There is a lot to see here. After just a few minutes, we are going back. In case you're wondering, the cable car reaches up to 557 feet high, and the route is about 5 minutes one way and 5 minutes back. Round trip is about $4.50, and the single trip is about $3, and children pay a little less. Another must is the Taxco market, and of course the delicious traditional food. All absolutely delicious. And right after, a delicious ice cream cone. While we enjoy walking around Taxco. More recently, in 2002, one of the main attractions of Taxco, the monumental Christ in the Cerro de Atachi, standing at 59 feet, was inaugurated. In 2017, during the 7.1 Puebla earthquake, the monument suffered severe damage to its structure. In addition, on August 17, 2018, lightning struck it, causing more damage and the loss of a hand from the impressive sculpture. On October 2019, the restoration of the monument was completed as part of the first stage of the rescue of the architectural monument of Taxco, placing the head in its original position and replacing the missing hand. It was restored by the sculptor and author of the work, Alejo Hernandez, and the architect Roberto Gomez. And this adventure would not be a true adventure without this type of adventure. Stay tuned, there is much more to come. For the time being, live Taxco.